All right. Well, we are live and good to go on a Saturday night. So hopefully everybody is out there and ready to go. Uh, Hopefully you can hear me okay. Getting some reverberation, so hopefully it's not affecting you on your end. Let me know you're out there, and I will very excited to bring to you something I've been working on for a long, long time. So as soon as everybody jumps on board, we'll begin to get started. So as usual, a little delay here. So want to get everybody going. Hopefully, people have had time now to pick up my new product, the Busy Woman Train at Home product. Well, you can get that at busywoman.fitness. And hopefully, people have had a chance to get on board with that. So I'm just waiting for all you guys. Let me know you're out there when you get out there Saturday night. So we'll see what kind of response we get. Uh, but hopefully, people got my message the other day, and we will get going as soon as everybody's on board. So make sure you hit your share button. I'm real excited about this one, so I want to bring it to everybody, and I'll get the webinar going. We just give a few more people to get on board. Um, so I guess like I'm getting lots of echo. Is everybody getting a lot of echo? Just gonna try moving that away from my head a little more. Let me know if it sounds okay. Just a thumbs up or whatever. So, and I'm looking forward to getting started. So, as you can see, the title right there, Revolutionary New Supplement Discovery. So that's one I'm wanting to get working on. So hopefully you can all hear me and the sound is okay. So uh, let me know if the sound's okay, folks, and then I'll move on. So um, I've been looking into this now for years and years and years and years. So oh, Emil's just saying slowly reverse metabolism because of you. I've got all your books. Oh, glad to hear it. So let me know, folks, if you can have any trouble hearing me. So, but now we got some people on board, so I'm gonna get started sharing this with you. So we're gonna get at it, and hopefully the sound problem has corrected itself. And I just want to get everything going and bring the lecture into the revolutionary supplement I've discovered. I've been working on for a long time without saying much of anything. So there's still so for some people, hopefully it's not too bad and everybody's okay with this. So I don't know what else to do on my end. So I'm going to get going with the webinar. Hopefully, you guys let me know if the sound is bad or not. But I'm going to start going right now, and I'm going to tell you all about this new discovery I've been working on for years and years. As many of you know, I have been for a long, long time ago. I was doing my graduate degree at university, and I was able to. One of the courses I had to take was statistics and theory, um, and one of those things was a course that I hated, but it taught me how to read research. And in that course of time reading research, one of the things was that I learned how to read scientific studies. And most of the scientific studies that happen um, in terms of supplement industry are really, really bogus. They don't really go too far. So I wanted to get around that, and I wanted to get past that and look for the stuff that actually worked. And I've found some, so hopefully we are good to go. So a brand new discovery going to completely revolutionize workout recovery for better results. So researchers, like I was saying, researchers looking for an edge have been looking in the wrong place. Most supplement research is focused on substances that build muscle, enhance leanness, and ignore recovery, or they look at fat burning, or they look at this and that. But what we know about how steroids work, for example, is one of the main ways that they work is they enhance recovery and repair from workout and muscle breakdown, from tissue breakdown. What's one of the main ways that steroids work? So you recover more efficiently. Um, and you're ready to train your next workout sooner, or you're more completely recovered, yada, yada, yada. So steroids work by being both anabolic and anti-catabolic. And a lot of people don't understand the term anti-catabolic, and that just means preventing the breakdown of muscle tissue and catabolism. And while most supplement research focuses on possible ways to enhance the anabolic process, which is virtually impossible without pharmaceutical influence, there are many, many natural substances that can aid anti-catabolic activity. So you'll see a lot of bogus supplements out there that are, GH boosters and testosterone boosters, and none of it compares in any way, shape, or form to anabolic steroids, even though they have sounding like names. So that's something to look for when you're looking for a bogus product as well. But in development for years, I finally cracked it, and you guys all know how much research I do. So I'm thrilled to be bringing this to you. I found something I think is going to be the next wave in enhancing post-workout recovery via anti-catabolic activity. So rather than chase what everyone else has been chasing, I went the other way and looked at the elements of recovery involved for post-workout and what we could do to enhance that. Not only that, but what I'm worked on, I wanted to make sure everyone could use it. So it's fat free, it's gluten free, it's sodium free, it's cholesterol free, it's dairy free, it's lactose free, it's wheat free, it's soy free, it's trans fat free, and it's caffeine free. Boom. That's a lot of benefits in one particular supplement. So no artificial colors or preservatives, no added sugars or artificial sweeteners. So uh, pretty good bang for your buck. It's full of key essential nutrients for building muscle and recovering from workouts. That's that 1-2 punch that I was been trying to get at for ages. Like not just recover from workout, but build muscle or help repair and rebuild the tissue. So that become more and more fascinating. So what we already know, I had to go into research. What do we already know about post-workout recovery and preventing too much catabolic muscle breakdown? Well, we know that if someone trains a lot, then glycogen stores are the first thing that have to be restored. And the best way to do that is with easily digestible carbs. And there's a mountain of research on that. But there's other substances that directly influence optimal muscle function. And that's included in my new product. So muscle cell integrity is maintained with a solid potassium intracellular matrix. If you ever read my article on sodium, unsung hero of bodybuilders or unsung hero for weight training, then you know how much the sodium potassium balance is important, but particularly in terms of muscle building, muscle recovery, muscle engagement, potassium is really pertinent part of that process. So my new product, recovery product, has potassium. So we know potassium deficiency can cause weakness, lack of energy, muscle cramps, and soreness. A lot of the things that happen post workout. Over time, potassium deficiency can also cause stomach disturbances, bloating, gas, stomach distension, and irregular heartbeat. So I made sure that this new product had enough, high enough quantities of potassium to offset the damaging effects of chronic training that interfere with muscle recovery and other issues associated with catabolic activity. So that was a real bonus to be able to find that. What else do we know that's critically involved in muscle repair? Well, we know that vitamin C plays a crucial role in cellular repair. Vitamin C plays a vital role in various enzyme productions that are so essential to muscle growth and repair. And all this stuff I have studies on that I'll be using later on as well to sort of prove the point and show that there's research to back it up. So vitamin C is vitally involved in protein transcription process. So more of it may be necessary during muscle repair and recuperation phase in the post-workout recovery period. So that's something to look at. And because this new recovery product, is going to revolutionize, I think, the fitness industry, has vitamin C with the potassium, it goes beyond just normal glycogen repair post-workout, and it starts going into other phases of micronutrient activity that affect everything. So as you can see, a lot of stuff backed by research that's really going to enhance the post-workout recovery period, where everyone else in supplements is kind of chasing rainbows, trying to mimic or represent that they have a product that can do what steroids do, which just isn't the way things work. So now I had to make sure that this product works. So I've been using this groundbreaking product myself for months, and I can't believe the difference it's making and how recovered my muscles are from workout to workout. It's pretty incredible, actually. And I'm 56, so if it works for me, it's probably going to work for you guys too. So I'm going to be selling this product on my website real soon. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to bring to you this revolutionary new product that's going to change the fitness industry in terms of workout recovery, all right, in terms of muscle repair. I give you the banana. Yes, that's right. I give you the banana. And also in production, another key supplement I'm working on, also in production, is the apple and the orange. All right. So now, why did I just go through all that with you? Well, everything that you just heard above is practical nonsense, but this is how supplements are sold. This is how supplements are marketed. This is how supplement knowledge is presented to you. And now I'm going to debunk everything I just told you about my magical new revolutionary supplement. So, key points from all the nonsense I just gave you above makes me. I'm actually got goosebumps, folks, from actually having to go through that whole spiel. All right. But one of the ways you market to someone is the first thing you tell them what isn't in it. Okay. Like I do. By listing all the current demonized foods and micronutrients, it already looks healthy by comparison. So I go, boom, it's gluten free, it's wheat free, it's sodium free, it's fat free. You won't be able to wait to get your hands on this. Blah 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 blah. So by listing all the things that we're supposed to be wary of, I already have I already have your attention, and I'll get more about that as well. So, other key points. Key points from the nonsense that I just presented is called writing the research. So, what you do is everyone's saying they knew. Well, people who follow me probably knew something like that was coming. But when we present this online, folks, on my podcast and when I post to YouTube, trust me, the title itself, Revolutionary New Supplement, will get a gazillion views because that's the nature of people out there. So, and a lot of okay, you're all very smart that are commenting, but let me get through it. I'm glad you are commenting. So key points on how I presented all this. Number one, it's called writing the research. Folks, I did maybe 15 minutes. I thought off the top of my head, okay, what are the key ingredients in a banana? And then I looked at, I went to WebMD, I went to PubMed, and I did role of potassium in muscle recovery, role of potassium in muscle function, role of vitamin C in enzyme activity, role of vitamin C in protein turnover. Boom, 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 study, 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 right? That's called writing the research. Just because something that you take in its natural form has a role to play in metabolism doesn't mean you're going to isolate it, put it in a powder, and it's going to work even better, higher amount in an exogenous form. That's not how our bodies work. But multivitamin companies, all supplement scammers, do this all the time. I'm going to show you a couple more examples. So, doing a quick research of studies, like I said, I could exploit if I needed to hawk a worthless supplement. I spent, like I said, 15, maybe 20 minutes finding studies that I could exploit here, and I was going to start posting them all just to like reel more people in. But then I thought it would take this webinar too far in another direction, and then I'd have to reel it back. So, but my point is, imagine if I spend a month or so doing this kind of research like supplement companies do, where I could just cherry pick really obscure studies from the 90s, the 2000s, and and find really weird roles that certain foodstuffs play in muscle function or in recovery or in being antioxidant, et cetera, et cetera. So if you put your mind to it, which these supplement companies have, then you can find a study that's called writing the research, because it really doesn't speak to anything that's in a supplement form. It just says what roles vitamins and minerals and micronutrients play in our lives. And then supplement companies, they use that to scam you, believing that that's the strength of their product, whereas it's just called writing the research. In other words, it's fraudulent. But that's how the industry works. And also keep in mind that I was a paid endorser for supplement companies in the heyday of my career, right? And so I knew the background goings on, and I ghost wrote for supplement companies as well. So I know the spiel and I know the shtick. I was involved in it for years and years and years. So, uh, more key points from the nonsense: the sleight of hand deception. You notice in the beginning, I told you how all the other researchers have gone wrong. Well, that's a really good way, especially with online now, because consumers love jumping on new bandwagon. People don't realize that keto is just an updated version of Atkins. All right, people don't realize that they're just being represented the same stuff in a different, more sophisticated form over and over again. But by me saying, well, all these other researchers, they're looking over here at anabolic stuff, and that's not going to work because. So I looked over here. So I get you to look over here instead of over there by saying it's all about muscle recovery and not muscle building. And then boom, people who want to pretend, consumers who want to pretend that they're on the cutting edge, then they start listening up, and they want to know, where they can find out more, and yada yada. All right, more key points from the nonsense above. The usual steroid comparison, that is never going to die, and it's particularly effective tactic when selling to young men. There's certain websites out there that are all about the 18 to 25 male demographic, selling them a bunch of steroid sounding names and supplements that don't do anything. All right. So another part of the nonsense that I presented in the first part of this was the use of hyperbole, right? Notice what I posted. It's gonna I'll just post it up on there for you guys again. The agenda point, right? How did I start this? I started it with revolutionary new supplement discovery. So the use of hyperbole became very, 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 worthwhile. So I said it's going to completely revolutionize workout recovery. Well, there's no such thing. All right. There's no such way to revolutionize anything that's not in the pharmaceutical realm. So that's very, very important as well. Um, Watch out for the use of hyperbole. And I also use blatant lying. And I find it weird that I have to point this out, but in this day and age, especially with social media, I have to. In my Facebook announcement yesterday for this webinar, I stressed the phrase, I know you guys know all about my, stance on supplements, but I've tripped on something that's going to change the industry, and I'm not lying. And I put it in big capital letters. Well, of course I was lying. And so was every other supplement company out there who tells you that they're not lying. So consumer needs to stop being so freaking gullible that you even have to be told that you're being lied to. So that's another thing that there's a real head scratcher for me as well. So I'm just showing you the obviousness of things, or at least they're completely obvious to me, that when you add all these things together and you're a naive consumer with a strong wish bias for supplements, then you're going to want to believe everything that's being told to you. And that's really, really important. Other key ways that this stuff works: overuse of scientific jargon. Notice I used words like cellular integrity. I used words like transcription, protein transcription process. I used words like enzyme construction and anti-catabolic. And imagine if on top of that, I presented to you studies that are in so much jargon and academic talk, academic speak, that you just sort of glance over it like a deer in headlights and go, oh, well, they proved their point. They got research. All right. So that's the old bullshit baffles brains tactic, right? Like just throw a bunch of scientific terms up there and people will know that they don't know that. So then they're still on board because they want to be on board. So that's really, really important, tactical as well. Now, worst of all, from my point as someone who actually has a little bit of ethical, professional ethics. I use myself as a trusted professional source. Now, this one's really, really important to dupe you into whatever I have to sell. Muscle magazines used to use this tactic all the time. That bodybuilder recently died, who, his body looked like his physique was a caricature of pharmaceutical abuse, and yet he was making a gazillion dollars selling supplements. You really think that physique was built on taking his own supplements? And back in my day, everyone that was endorsing supplements were on steroid stacks, including myself. I've never kept that a secret. So, a trusted professional source that works all the time. So even Weight Watchers, their stock increased. They were almost bankrupt, and then Oprah bought the company. Boom, right into the black. And now recently, they just signed some particularly well-known overweight DJ, and boom, the stock soared again. So there's power in using a trusted professional source. Now we've seen that with more than a few bodybuilder experts who started out convincing you of their knowledge base and then segued into mass marketing all kinds of supplements, whether their own or whether someone else's. Now, this goes way back to the day, my bodybuilding days, early bodybuilding days. Before the internet, there used to be another element that was used to dupe people was a notion of exclusivity. So if you were kind of like part of a group that were insiders and other people were outsiders, then you felt like you had the inside track. There was a long time ago, it was called the Underground Steroid Handbook. And it was just a little thing you could mail order. Again, this is way before social media and stuff. And if you were part of that, you kind of had a wink, wink. We're insiders and everyone else is outsiders. Well, they started producing these little pamphlets that were all about this magical protein supplement, and it was developed by this cardiologist, and he helps burn victims recover, and he's one of the most brilliant minds ever, and it's an all big secret, and too bad we can't get him in the bodybuilding community. It would revolutionize protein and muscle building, and build up, build up, build up, build up. And long story short, there is that was the original launch for metrics, which we've shown since then that metrics is really nothing special either. But that's how it all develops, and that same recipe is used over and over again. So another key point is I provided my own testimonial with specifically purposefully leading imprints that's going to lead the consumer to me too kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. For instance, I said I wanted to make sure I tried the product myself, and I've been trying it for months, and I can't believe the difference on my muscle recovery between workouts. Not only is that a product testimonial, but also what you get from doing that is you plant that idea in the consumer's mind. So when they buy the product, they start looking for a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, my muscles are recovering better. This is great. I can't believe it. So people buy into their own wish bias. So key points again, leading people right into their own wish bias and keep reinforcing it with the marketing, right? This is going to enhance your recovery, which means you're going to be able to perform better your next workout. And I mean, if I had talking points, I could do this for a couple years on end with different tactics. So this is the power of suggestion, telling people what they're going to experience before they experience it. Plant the idea and the notion in your head, and it becomes a source of identity. So now everyone listening to this, you say, oh, well, when I reveal the magic to be a banana, you're like, well, yeah, okay. But if the product was indeed an actual new supplement in a canister with a fancy label, with a steroid or fitness sounding name, right? Then all the deceptive tactics that I outlined above, they become even more believable to you, the consumer, because you want to believe it. You want to buy into it. You want to spend your money on being part of the insider group. And that's how all this works. And that's really, really important element of it all. So this just scratches the surface, because I could have stretched this. I was thinking of stretching this into a multi webinar experience, but it just would make my skin crawl to keep, people tuning into something that was, going to end up being just to point out to you how the scams of supplement industry works. So this is just scratching the surface of overall scamology that I presented to you before, and I'll have more. But it brought me back to one of the things that I was recently um, thinking of when I was doing this supplement thing. Way back when I first started making a really big name for myself, I was getting approached from all angles, from all people to, endorse this, help them with that, make money this way, make money that way. And back then I didn't do my homework. I didn't bother. Maybe I was just too full of myself, but I really didn't have the time. So anyway, someone that I trusted, a trusted source, someone I knew who did the research, started telling me all about velvet antler. So I said, "Wow, if you believe it, then good enough for me." There's that social proof again. This is when I was, even though I had the academic background to go do it myself, I was too lazy. But I had a huge name, especially in Canadian bodybuilding. So just from word of mouth and that exclusivity thing, that if you were a client of mine, hey, Scott Abel's got this velvet antler. Well, this guy sent me 2 cases of it. I ran out of those cases in a day, and I was back ordered for 10 cases in less than a week. And even I was starting to question, maybe this stuff actually does something. And of course, it doesn't. It doesn't do anything. So I immediately stopped when I did my own research, because my own clients were raving about it so much. But what they were really raving about is the fact that they got to buy something from me, and they just did that transference into the product and swore that it worked, when really it doesn't do anything. And I'll more on that in a minute. And also this new Greens Plus ripoff from another supplement company. I'm going to read you some of that outlines everything that I've just explained to you above. But in terms of actual muscle recovery, the importance of recovery, something like my hard gainer solution, inter and intra workout recovery are both elements of what happens between workouts and within workouts. And just to make up for, bringing you guys along for the ride in the initial parts of this, you can get a week's worth of free workouts from the Hard Gainer right here at this link here. So I'll post that for you right here. But then I want to go back and show you some other stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to hide this one, so you guys can still see that. There's the hard gainer thing there. But I wanted to, so this week someone sent me a couple items, a couple elements that I wanted to look at. But the one I just, so the velvet deer antler, oh my God, just before I came on, I took a look and it's still out there. I couldn't believe it. So if you type in velvet antler or pentocrene, you end up on this site, Tonic Tinctures, giving healthy adventure to life. And then you see it's everything that I talked about. I'd share this with you, but I really can't. I don't think I can. But the article goes over what is pentocrene. They even spell it wrong. Scientific study is part 2. So it's, let me just see if I can actually share this. I don't think I can, but let me see if I can. Yes, I can. All right, I think I can. All right. Let me know when you guys can. See this, and I will show it to you. All right. So now look at this. All right, look at this. So here's what you have. All right. So they have at the top here how to buy it. All right. What it is: alcohol extracted deer antler velvet for health, fitness, and healing. All right. Highly researched and studied supplement available to the market, full of benefits. In this article, we go over. Now, this is all sales pitch, folks. This is all just pitching you this product. All right. $30 product. And then down here, what it is, valve and antler, nice pictures of deers with antlers. And then, they give you this big history, right? The folk history. And now the scientific study complete with a beaker. All right. And then you got, like I said, product testimonials. All right. And then the benefits. Well, now you got a power lifter on here, and then you got a bodybuilder on athletic performance. Look at the terms that are highlighted in red: athletic performance, tonic adaptogen, pantocrin, on and on it goes. Strengthens the heart. It's a tonic. All right. And then, help me feel young again. All right. So I'm gonna get rid of that. That's enough nonsense for one night, I think. But that's the idea that you see everywhere, and that is most unfortunate. Now another one someone sent me came to my email, so I'm just gonna read you that. This is from a company that's been around for a while. Makes me puke. So I'm not going to even give you the title here because I don't want to give them any props or have anyone look. But I'll read you. They have this new, it's like Greens Plus ripoff. 38 all natural whole foods in every serving. Oh wow. Okay. Fitness in a canister, or health in a bottle. So, and then they go on, let's be honest, we're not eating nearly as many vegetables as we should be. 1978, the price of vegetables has gone up, and it can break your budget. And if you're lucky, it'll last a week, but it goes bad in a few days, and you're out money and calculating exactly how much to buy and when to buy it, so you don't waste your money. What a nightmare! The problem is, 56 weekly servings of vegetables is hard. When you finally get it home, you have to store it and you have to prepare it. Well, the good news is you no longer have to worry about that stuff because we have this brand new, I'm not going to tell you who the product is or what the name is, 38 natural whole food powders in every serving, blah, blah, blah. And then it lists completely writing the research. It goes from oat fiber to things that have been completely debunked. Spirulina, debunked. Lecithin, debunked. All these other things, mangosteen, debunked. All these berry combinations, and it lists what they do in the body, and that's completely writing the research. Zucchini supports a healthy heart. All this stuff mangled into what else could you possibly want in a greens product? And then the funny one is, what else would you expect from a company like ours? I mean, what a scam. That is really, really, makes my skin crawl as well. So, and I get sent this stuff like this every single week, folks. I get it sent stuff like that. So that's why I did this kind of webinar, because people want to believe that there's something out there. And believe me, I've been 4+ decades now. When 2020 gets here, I'll be into my 5th decade. And the thing about that is, I haven't met one person in 4+ decades who can honestly tell me that a supplement they took revolutionized or changed their bodies or changed their health. Not one. And the ones who do make such claims, I can always go back and find out what is actually really going on. So it's just scamology 101, folks. I wanted to show you how it worked. This idea actually came to me a year ago when I was in Aruba. There was a place right beside Dunkin' Donuts. So what they wanted to do was have a healthier alternative to Dunkin' Donuts. So they had this sort of whipped, almost like a whipped cream Cool Whip kind of thing. And on the big sign, it was all how it was fat-free, sodium-free, gluten-free, free, blah, blah, blah. And basically what they did is they cut up all kinds of healthy stuff in it. So you could get it with kiwi and banana and blackberries and blueberries and strawberries and, different flavors according to that. You could get it with chopped nuts. You could get it whipped up with natural peanut butter. So the whole idea there was, and it was surrounded by fitness people. I kind of smiled to myself because it was all surrounded by people wearing Under Armour and paying like 5 times the amount to have their healthy breakfast when they could have eaten right outside the hotel they were in. They could have had breakfast buffet for and had twice as much fresh fruit and raw nuts as they wanted for half the price. But That's what people want to do. It's called identity. It's called buying into a certain subculture that you want to be a member of. And you want to sort of have that stamp on you. So you wear all the right clothes and you buy all the right food. So this is one of those things. So another thing that I would be ragging on next week's, you know, I didn't even know about it until yesterday, and then since yesterday, it's everywhere. I go on Skype, it's on Skype ads. I go on Google Chrome, it's there, and that's this hydrate spark nonsense. I mean, really, folks, how helpless are we getting out there? And I don't even mean in fitness. I mean in general. How stupid and helpless are we getting as a society? This hydro spark now, water bottle that lights up to tell you when you need to take a drink. All right. So, of course, it's going to ride the research of hydration and underhydration, all of which has been debunked. Our thirst mechanisms are just fine. Thank you very much. And people are buying this crap, and you can buy 2 bottles for the price. And it's just, I myself, being old school, I can't believe how much responsibility we want to hand over to other people, and we need product testimonials for something as silly as Hydrospark, which is a water bottle that lights up to tell you when to take a drink, and it coordinates with your Fitbit app, and so it'll record how many ounces you've taken in and how many you've got left to go. Good. We need something to be more obsessed about. We can count along with our steps and make sure we've taken the number of steps and the right amount ounces of water all day. So let's just become a series of numbers, and if we don't meet those numbers every day, feel bad about ourselves, we'll just be walking automatons, you know, depending on our phone for every little thought and every little deed we have. It makes absolutely no sense to me at all. So, but that's something I will say till next time. So, um, very, very, very important stuff. So, a lot of you smarties knew what I was getting to at the beginning, so that's good. Dave's just saying how he thought of the banana the second he heard the word potassium. And Dave was just asking, branch chains come to mind when I listened to the webinar. I did a whole uh, I did a whole branch chain amino with the actual research. You can find that on my YouTube channel. Dave, it was a whole research nonsense. You'll find that under the live webinars on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I mean that it's BS claims of the supplement companies. That's nothing new. Like I said, I was part of all this back in the '90s, and that's just how it worked. So it's unfortunate, but that's what people buy into. Tell people that things are. You have to have good programming. Expertise helps, and they don't want to hear it. Tell them how they can supplement their weight. Tell them how they can buy a magic water bottle that lights up. Bells and talk about bells and whistles, shiny objects. Oh my God, we're now literally shiny objects for a water bottle. I mean, I don't. Am I the only one who thinks that is just beyond ludicrous, let alone going to pay for it? So it just boggles my mind that people are this gullible and people are this needy that, yeah, I need a water bottle that lights up to tell me when to take a drink because I'm that completely dependent and can't trust myself to do that on my own. You're never going to get there. And you should see all the testimonials for this stuff. It's absolutely off the chart ridiculous, but I've seen that for everything. Um, so very, very, disappointing, but it's also a testament, I think, to what our world is becoming. Just, a world of automatons that whatever shiny and new is something we got to have, and just totally eliminate our humanity and our creativity, and don't think anything of it. So, really, really weird to me. So, anyway, that's. I'll take your questions if you have anything on that, and then if not, don't forget that I still have. I still have the free workouts that you can look at if you want. I'll just highlight them right there so you can see. Very, very important that you guys get access to that if you want for putting up with me. So that's right there at the Hard Gainer Solution, and that talks about intra and inter workout recovery as well. So, Yeah, so I mean, and on it goes with the research and things like that. So, um, you know, um, I did this hoping that people would catch on and then start using that same logic for yourselves when you hear about some new supplement. There's nothing new out there, folks. It's just the same stuff rehashed over and over again, with more sophistication. So, none of that is going to give you the edge or get you to the next level. What gets you to the level is expertise. So, remember the importance of workout recovery, inter-workout, intra-workout. That depends on a number of factors like your fitness level, your current conditioning level, your current workout program, your age, all those kinds of things. So that's really, really important stuff. So hopefully you followed along all through that. Um, that magic revolutionary new supplement that I talked about, recovery, new dietary supplement, revolutionary, was just actually a banana. And then all the research that goes into supporting that, easy to find. So nothing's ever going to replace it. And just because you can mash a lot of whole foods together into a powder, doesn't make them any better for you. It doesn't make it into a superfood or a magic power or anything like that. So hopefully people get it. I know my famous line is some of you will get it, some of you won't. But I tried to bring this to you from the way that marketers bring it to you in order to make a point. So hopefully that resonates. Any comments I'll take, any questions? We're a little early tonight, so I haven't overstepped my stay as I usually do. So if anyone wants to say, make a comment or ask a question, I'll be happy to take them on. And then we'll be calling it a day. So hopefully you learned something. And I guess that looks like that's it. Hopefully the sound got better as we went along. Sorry for the sound problems. I'm not a tech guy, so I don't know how to to that. So on that note, folks, that's the revolutionary new supplement out there. Healthy whole foods, unprocessed foods can't go wrong. You'll never go wrong. So thanks for being out there. Hopefully, it was worth your time, and you learned something from it, and you know what to look for down the road and other supplements as well. So that's it for me. I will see you all next week with another topic. And, thanks for being out there. If you weren't, it wouldn't make much sense for me to be in here. So by all means, hit your share button. Hopefully, you know people who should probably listen to this. So by all means, share and let me know if you like that. I can't see your emoticons, but Facebook can. So throw them across the screen and hit your share button. Happy to have you all here, and I will see you all next week.